And, in the postpartum period, right, as we said, and I think our last episode, maybe earlier, it does not only affect women. And this is a hill I will die on. Like, this also affects dads.
Yeah.
So it's 1 in 5 women will experience postpartum depression and 1 in 10 dads.
Yeah.
And if you are a father and your wife, your spouse is experiencing postpartum depression, you're twice as likely to also be experiencing postpartum depression. And can you imagine that? Both of you are going through the postpartum period, experiencing depression at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
And it does show up differently in men, right? Oftentimes it's more like disconnection, right? Like disconnecting not just from like the baby, but from like the family in general.
Yeah.
An amazing resource that we have both loved and used is the Center for Men's Excellence.
Yes.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
We have gone to one of their talks at a conference in the past.
Yes.
And they have amazing resources for men and for dads. And I can't stress that enough, how important it is.
Yes.
And I was leading a group one time where it was a group that we had for pregnant women. It was a support group. And I was talking about postpartum depression in men. And I had actually several patients that were angry. They were pissed off. They were like, what do you mean postpartum depression in men? Like, this does not exist. And
a lot of resentment for dads.
So much resentment.
Yeah.
And they felt like, and this I do understand, they were like, almost like, this is ours. Like, why is this also something that you're struggling with? And I don't have an answer for that. But what I can say is men experience this. And if that makes you mad, you can stay mad. But like, I will die on this hill that fathers also need support. They need help when it comes to postpartum depression and this phase of life adjustment, because it is not fair to just be like, well, you got to figure it out.
Right.
Like, sure, they're not the ones who are recovering. They're not breastfeeding. They maybe not getting up with the baby or as much with the baby, right? But how do you expect them to support the ones who are doing all those things if they are also depressed? Like, come on, this has got to be a more like centered approach. It's not just us. It's not just the women that are